What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. Let's start this video with Empro Classic results. So Michal Krizo wins his second pro show with the perfect scores and punches his ticket to the Olympia. So this was Michal's best conditioning of his career. There were a few angles which really showed how detailed Krizo was from the back, especially those hamstrings of his. They were ripped to shreds. And I'm gonna say this, that although his posing was a lot better than what we saw at the Olympia last year, or what we saw at Prague, which was his debut, but still he needs a bit more work in that department, because he was kinda shaky during posings. Now the size and the conditioning that he has is already enough to win multiple pro shows every year. But when we talk about the Olympia, he needs to nail his posings as well. Now, to the big question. Can Krizo crack top 8 at the Olympia this year? I'm gonna put it in perspective for you guys. Rafael Brandao and William Bonac are already out. So that is top 10 right there for Krizo. Let's say if he is able to beat Ian, that puts him in 9th place. Now can he beat the likes of Hunter Labrada, or Big Romy or Andrew Jack? In my opinion, no, he still needs more work. But let me know what you guys think. You have got to give credit to Andrea Presti as well, who was the runner-up here. I mean, he stood next to one of the biggest freaks in the bodybuilding right now, and he really held his own. In fact, his width from the back was a lot more impressive than Michal. This is the second runner-up spot for Andrea Presti in the 2023 qualification season. Now, if he decides to do the Orlando Pro, which is in less than 2 weeks now, we could see a good battle between him and Hassan Mustafa, as Presti has better shape than Hassan, but Hassan has enormous size, and I think his legs will hold him back there. But that being said, this was Presti's best package to date. If he keeps on improving his legs, I'm sure he will take out some big names in the upcoming years. So Wellington placed 3rd here. I'm gonna say he wasn't as sharp as we saw him at the Arnold Classic Brazil. But the thing is, even if he was, he just doesn't have the size to take out guys like Michal Krizo or even Andrea Presti. Now, will he go back to the drawing board and come back next year with more size? Or will he continue to pursue his first Olympia qualification? Well, he hasn't announced what his future plans are yet, so we are gonna have to wait and see. But in my opinion, the upcoming shows will be extremely hard for him to win, or any of the other young guys. Because the upcoming shows are Orlando Pro, Chicago Pro, and then the Tampa Pro. And another thing to keep in mind is this. There is no qualification on points basis this time. So only those who will win a pro show will get to step on the big stage. Now let's talk about the star of the show, the 21-year-old kid, Josemabeast. Imagine turning pro 3 weeks ago and then cracking top 4 in your first pro show. That too in such a competitive lineup. Everyone, including myself, hyped up Joan Pradells, the other Spanish guy. And it is kinda funny that some people even predicted that this guy might even give Michal Krizo a run for his money. Now the guy improved a lot from when he won his pro card, especially in the size department. But he needs a lot of work in those hamstrings. And I'm sure he will, because the pace at which he is making improvements, that is praiseworthy. Now that being said, just look at the development of hamstrings of Josema versus Juan. Josema is really smoking Juan in that one. So 4th place for this young guy, and 7th place for Joan Pradells. Now what about Roman Fritz, who placed 5th here? A placing which everyone is questioning. Could he have placed any higher than this? Yes, I think he could have. But nonetheless, this was the biggest version of Roman that we saw in quite some time, and he was equally conditioned as well. He has got such an amazing quad sweep, literally one of the best yesterday. Maybe he needs more size in the upper back. So, did you guys expect better from Petar Klancir, who ended up in 6th place? That was the first show of the season for him. And I'm gonna say I was a bit disappointed because I was expecting better from him. But he needs more work from the back. So let's see what he decides to do next. So hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.